Hello, I'm going to try to explain how I made this bracelet. It is called the Graceful Billows. It's named by Crazy Just Might Work, Suzanne HB, on Instagram. Thanks for that. I'm very bad at naming. And I had to look up the meaning from Graceful Billows, but I like the name and it's suiting the bracelet, so thanks for that. And I made two with beads, and also with bead caps, this one. And I also made one without the beads. When you follow the tutorial and you want to do it without the beads, then just when I add the bead, do the same thing, only with a band without a bead on it. I used 17 beads for this bracelet. It has a normal lock, and I use 15 beads for this bracelet because this had a magnet lock. So it closes like this, and it fits my wrist. So it's a growing bracelet, so you have to see for yourself how many beads you need. The only thing is, I end after placing, it's a section, each section contains 2 beads, and I'm closing it after putting on the first bead of a section. So it's hard to explain like this, but I hope you understand what I mean, and when I go on in a tutorial you will see what I mean. I've already beaded my bands. I received the new bands this week. It was very fast. Normally I have to wait around Christmas for 3-4 weeks for my delivery. And now it was here in a week. So I used these glitter pink. And this new color, a bit brownish, brownish red with glitters. And these onyx, I guess, I thought it was onyx, I'm not sure. Also the grey with glitter. They are somewhat smaller than the bands, the silicone bands 300 packs. But I think they work, and I'm going to try it to see. And also I used the split rings for the bracelet. If you do not want that, you can use cap bands or whatever you would like to use for that. I'm just going to start. And I'm going to start off with pink and create a cap band. Pull one band through and reclaim one side of the cap band. Then I get my grey band, my second color, so I pull it through the first 2 to reclaim the first one. Get another grey band, pull it through the first 2, and reclaim the first one. And I'm going to change color to glitter pink. Pull a band through the first 2 and reclaim the first one. And do the same with the last band. So we start with a 12 loop setup. So now we have 6 bands on one side. And I'm going to the other side. Grab my cap band and start with the grey. Pull a band through and reclaim the first band from that 2. Pull a band underneath the first 2 and reclaim the first one. And now we are going to add 2 more glitter bands in the same way. like this. Oh. So now we have our 12 loop set up. I'm going to put my telephone on still. Sorry, my telephone was keep making noises, so I put it on still. And when I have done this, I'm going to grab the color that's the white in this one, the band that goes around and underneath the jump ring. And I'm going to use this garnet red for it. Sorry, I'm forgetting something. First I'm grabbing a ring, place it on my hook, and then the garnet red through the ring and the 4 glitter bands and close. And then I'm going to the other side. And do the same thing over there. So I place a ring, get my garnet red, pull it underneath the ring, and the first 4 bands, in my case, that are all the glitter bands, the glitter pink, and close. So now we have this. Now I'm going to get my beaded band. I'm going to split the bracelet in half. Get my bead on the hooks. Pull it underneath the first 3 bands and turn it around and pull it underneath the 3 bands on that side. So when you are doing it unbeaded, just grab a band and pull it underneath the middle 6 bands, like you see here, this part. So now we have this. Sorry, I've catched a cold, my voice is horrible, and hope I'm not coughing or sniffing too much. So I now get a pink band, and before I place that, I get my ring and pull it over the hook like this. I'm now going to pull a band underneath the ring, this red, garnet red, and the glitter pink. And I'm only going to reclaim the garnet red band, so the second band, or the first if you do not count the ring. So you see the ring, and then 2 bands, pull it underneath all 3 and reclaim the center one. Under the ring, under this band, under the glitter band, and then reclaim the garnet red band like this. Turn it around, do the same thing on the other side. Place the ring back on the hook, like this. Keep it in place with your finger. Get a glitter pink band in my case. Pull it under the ring and the 2 bands and reclaim only this band, the one right next to the ring, and close. And now we have this. and then we are going to add another bead. So that's what I meant. It's then my section is done, and that's what I meant with each section. It has 2 beads. So like this, and I only pull it underneath the first band. So when you are not doing a beaded version, get a band, a plain band, and pull it underneath the center 2 bands. And now we have this. And when we have this, we want to go back to our 8 loop setup, 12 loop setup, sorry. I'm going to start with gray again. Pull it underneath the 3 bands, reclaim the first, and reclaim the last, and close. Get another gray band. Pull it underneath the first 3 bands and reclaim the outside band and close. And now you can add the glitter bands. 1 and 2. So you see you have now 6 loops on this side. And to finish it off, I'm already going to add my ring, the garnet red, pull it under the ring and under the first 4 bands, in my case all the glitter bands. So this side is done, otherwise you keep going from the one to the other side. Now we have to do the same thing over here. Start with the gray, pull it underneath these 3 bands and reclaim the 3rd and the 1st and close. Get another gray band, pull it underneath the first 3 bands and only reclaim the 1st band. And now get the glitter bands and add 2 more. So that's 1 and that's 2. So we also have 6 loops on this side now. And add the ring. I get my garnet red, pull it under the ring and under the first 4 loops, bands, sorry. And now we have this again. And it's time to add another bead. So split it in half, or if you do not want the beads, pull the bands underneath the middle 6 bands. Get it on the hook, under the 3 on this side, and under the first 3 on the other side. And then reclaim the bands and close. And now I'm going to place this ring on my hook, like this. Pull a glitter pink band underneath the ring, the first band and the second band, and reclaim that first band and close. And go to the other side. Get the ring back on the hook. Grab a glitter pink. Pull it underneath the ring, the first band and the second band, and reclaim the first band. And close. And now it's time to add the other beads, and if you don't want that, then just place a band only underneath the center 2 bands. Only underneath the first, and on the other side do the same thing. And close the bracelets. So we've done our second section. And you can already see the pattern. And now I'm going back to my 6-loop setup. I'm adding 2 gray bands and 2 glitter bands on this side. And I do the same thing on the other side. And you can do first that and then place the ring and the garnet band, but I'll do that right away. So, get my gray band first. Pull it underneath the first of all the 3 bands on this side. Reclaim the third, and the first, and close. Get another gray band, pull it underneath the first 3 bands, and reclaim only the first band. Now we're going to add the glitter bands underneath the first 2. Reclaim the outside band underneath the first 2 and reclaim the outside band. Going to add a ring and the garnet red band in my case. Put it underneath the ring and the first 4 bands, the glitter pinks. So now we have this. And I go to the other side. I get my gray bands, pull it under all 3 bands, reclaim the third and the first, and close. Another band underneath the first 3 bands and reclaim the first band and close. Now we add the 2 outside band, the glitter bands. Underneath the first 2, reclaim the outside. Underneath the first 2 and reclaim the outside and close. Then we are going to add the ring, place it on your hook, get the garnet red band, pull it under the ring and under the first 4 and close. So we have this. I'm going to place a bead, so I split it in half. Get my beaded band, pull it under the first 3 bands and turn it around and do the same thing over there. And then close the bracelet like this. I'm going to get my ring, pull it over the hook, I grab a glitter band, pull it under the ring, under the first band and under the second band on this side, and reclaim the first band and close. And turn it around. Get the ring, pull it over your hook. Get the glitter band, pull it underneath the first, the second and the third, or first is a ring, sorry. And get the garnet red band and close. So when we have done this, we're going to add another beaded band. So, get it on the hooks and just pull it underneath the first. Turn it around and oops, I'm losing it. Yikes. Only underneath the first band, like this. And then close it up. So I've now done 3 sections, and I'm going to go ahead and close the bracelet after the next first bead of this section. So if it's all repeating, so if you are not getting it yet, or just look back. I'm going to start with my gray band again, and this is the start is the same. I'm going to pull it under these 3 bands, reclaim the first and reclaim the last, and then close. Get a second gray band, put it underneath the first, 3 bands and reclaim the first and close. And now I'm going to add my 2 in glitter pink underneath the first 2, reclaim the outside band, another under the first 2 and reclaim the outside band. And normally I would now add the rings, but that part I'm skipping, and I'm just right away going to get my garnet red band and pull it underneath only the first 4 bands and close. So that's without the ring. I'm going to the other side and going to do the same thing. Get my gray band underneath the first 3 bands. Get my first and my third and close. Get another gray band underneath the first 3 bands and reclaim the first and close. Then the glitter pink under the first 2, reclaim the outside, under the first 2 and reclaim the outside band. Do the same thing on this side without the ring, just pull a band underneath the first 4 bands, the glitter pink in my case. Let me see. I have to add another bead, sorry. So now I'm going to add my last bead. Grab a beaded band underneath my first 3 bands underneath my first 3 bands over here, and close. So now this is the first part of one section. I'm not going to put another bead in this section, so you end with an uneven amount of beads. And now I'm going to pull, let me see, sorry. One band underneath these 2 bands and reclaim the second band and close. Turn it around. Yep. One band, the glitter pink I use underneath these 2 bands. Reclaim the second one and close. So we have this. And now 1 band under all 6 bands. And close. So we end like this. And at the end you can adjust the rings so they are sitting not with the opening at the front. So that is this, the Graceful Billows. I really hope you like it, and if you decide to make one, please hashtag me on Instagram. I would love to see your renditions, and I hope the tutorial is clear enough. If you have comments or something I have to change, or if I am going a bit too fast or too slow or whatever, please tell me and I will try to do it better the next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.